is Becca Kent. Recently, I interviewed 4 design leaders about what it takes to build the brand designer of the future for Branding Mag. They gave me so many great insights, I wasn't able to fit it into one interview, so I'm publishing each interview here. Today you'll hear from Michael Dula, Chief Creative Officer at BrandingBusiness. First of all, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your own background and current role in branding design.
Hi, Rebecca. I'm Michael Dula, and I'm a founding partner, and I'm the head of design for BrandingBusiness. We're located in Irvine and in London and New York City.
People often think of brand design as only graphic design, but what do you see as the range of skills a good designer needs to have today?
That's a great question. I think the skills that a designer has to have today is somebody who thinks in terms of systems. Being a brand designer is very complicated on many levels, but you have to really envision and imagine how a brand can come together and how people can experience that brand on multiple levels, whether it is in print, digital, film, the moving image, virtual reality, environmental design. So it's a very special person that can actually envision how that branded experience can take place, how it can be distinct, and how it can be thoroughly experienced on a singular level across the board.
At the moment, design thinking is a big buzzword right now. And as design takes on a more strategic role, how much does an individual designer have to be both left brain and right brain?
It's an imperative that the designer is constantly thinking about strategy, the trajectory of a brand, what it's trying to communicate, that whole concept of one vision and one voice as a brand. And you're really the steward of trying to make sure that that brand is always in sync no matter how it's applied. What the voice is. A brand is made up of so many different components. So you're constantly thinking about analytics, strategy, visual design, aesthetics, application, how it's experienced. And those are all critical things to think about when creating a brand. One can't be done without the other. We would say that in the pure state, design is about beauty and aesthetics and things like that, but the system has to fit together. And if it doesn't fit together, it will simply collapse. It's always an imperative that great designers think with the left and the right brain always.
Do you think in the future there might be a time when design bots, otherwise known as AI, are doing most or all of our work? Or do you think there will always be a real human behind the idea?
I have a romantic vision of design as something that human beings do and they create. That is really incredible. I love it when people create. And I start to think about when I think about AI and I think about robotics and I think about all those things, I think about things that are programmed to perfection. And human beings are not perfect. But something that's interesting to me is that human beings do make mistakes. And in the mistakes, genius can be found, especially in design. It's those little nuances and mistakes that often propel us to do other things, propel us to do more beautiful things. So as painters and sculptors and designers and architects have said throughout history, I tried something, there was a mistake, and it propelled me to do something new. And so I find that fascinating, but again, technology is a wonderful tool, and we need to embrace it. It'll be here forever. Will always be with us. So we need to figure out how that interaction will take place.
What would be your advice to young designers in terms of the mindset and skill set they're going to need to succeed in the future?
One word: be passionate. Passion takes care of so many things in life. If it's in your heart, it'll be in your head, it'll be in your soul. You will be able to achieve things that you never thought you could. that is the driver and the impetus for creation. So passion is the driver.